Oh my god, the Raging Nathan's time is here! Now will you take a look at that? It's the Raging Nathan's second album, Cheap Fame. Let's take a look at the cover here, or rather let's go over to Josh at the Raging Nathan's for some information about the cover here.
What I did was I got a hold of Winston Smith and I asked him if that was something that, I told him my idea and I asked him if that was something he'd be interested in, and he said yes. So we started working together on getting the Nathan stuff, and basically what we did was he had some art that he let me choose, and fortunately for me, I was able to pick two pieces that really were similar in style to the Green Day record. So I mean, you can see here, like, I mean, you can, if you just compare the two, right? And then, I mean, you use the same, like, the same text, the same burn hole, and then the back. I mean, I went through everything identically and tried to, you know, the bottom of it here, the text, you know, you look at this one, I really tried to, like, painstakingly recreate the feel from it. And then what was really important to me was getting the insert correct.
Thanks Josh. So as we can see here, we have the title of the album and the title of the band together here, and on the back, as he explained, the artwork, which is on Rad Girlfriend Records, and over here in the UK, also on Plasterer Records, so it's rather easy to get. Have a look at the Plasterer Records website, etc. And let's take a look inside. We have, as explained, we have an insert. Actually, let's speak to Josh over at Raging Nathan's to tell us a little something about this insert.
If you look at so here's the Green Day version. Right. Now, if you have a copy of Cheap Fame and you look at the insert, I mean, everything is the same. The text, the fonts, I mean, I like tried to recreate it as best as I could. Now a lot of people were like, oh, you're ripping it off. And it's like, well, no shit, dummy.
I don't even know why that's funny. And so here, as explained, there's the names of the songs, etc. All that junk. Thank you very much. Here we have, in a regular paper sleeve, it's a black record because this is the Plasterer Records version, which you can get here in the UK. England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. On this side, the label has the track listing, and this side, one of the logos of the Raging Nathan's. Let's take a listen to see if it's a good album, to see if it's got us something special which will get us through these dark days of triumph. I love it so much, and that's not a load of old shit. I do love it so much. It's a rad album. It's really great music. Let's check out the other side to see if that's lovely too. Of course it is. That was high pitched for of course it is. What a joy. What an album from start to end. Should you go out and get this album? You should go out and get this album. The answer there was nearly the same as the question. Let's go over to Josh now for some more information about this album from the Raging Nathans.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about my favorite song on Cheap Fame. I think it's Holding It In. It's the last song on the record. It's a unique song because it was written by Derek Brown, who was our original bass player, and we all used to split the writing duties, and that was like the last record where he kind of was writing stuff. And so it's one of his songs on the record, and I really like it. I think it's a lot of the songs that I like on that record are the ones that people don't know, or like the ones that we don't play, that being one of them. I think it's got one of my favorite lyrics on the record. It says, "The light at the end of the tunnel is just an oncoming train." It's kind of grim, but the song was, the music was written, but we didn't have any words for it, so we recorded the song and then in the studio came up with the lyrics. So that was the only one that was like that. It really wasn't planned out. It was kind of spontaneous, but it ended up being pretty good, I thought. There's some other ones on there that I like that we don't play often, like Horsefly, or what was the other one? I've got a copy of it. Or Circling the Drain. We used to play that. That one's pretty good. Mackie from Blitz and Epic Problem, he likes that song. And The Gold Rush. I always thought that was a good song too. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the Cheap Fame record, which I think a lot of people can guess if they obviously if you look at Green Day's Insomniac and the Raging Nathans' Cheap Fame, it's pretty similar. I always thought that Insomniac was a great record, and I thought that the art was awesome. Now, the guy who did the art for the Green Day record was Winston Smith, who did all of the, obviously the Dead Kennedys artwork. Who's another, Dead Kennedys are one of my favorite bands of all time. So I had this idea that I wanted to not rip it off. I mean, kind of rip it off, but like pay, an homage to Insomniac because it's one of my favorite records.
So if I had to give this a number out of many, I'd subdue it to 15 out of many, which, as you know, is a very good number. It's nearly a round number, should it not be a round number. Thank you very much for checking out this video and listening to that fella from the Raging Nathans there, Josh. You can get this from Rad Girlfriend Records in the USA and around the world, and from the UK from Plasterer Records. You should definitely go and check that out. Plasterer Records also carry music from Wonk Unit.
From Wonk Unit.
Dopamines. They got some good music on their little record company there. Go and check it out there in the UK. Great. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day, and don't start sniffing glue. Don't start disappearing into the basement to huff on your gasoline and stuff like that. Petrol here in the UK, it's cheaper nowadays. Don't descend into doing that sort of thing just because it's a bad time, just because the world's on some sort of mean lockdown. Don't go listening to Donald Trump's advice because it's probably uninformed and ridiculous. And have a nice day, have a nice week, and I'll see you soon. And don't forget to check out the 10 facts provided this week from my colleague Flinty. You won't believe what he's dug up.
Good eye, nice.
What a guy. Okay, bye guys.
Trying
ever so much for watching my very good video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Very Good channel and come back next week for another very good video. A video to watch now. It's a good video.